Welcome to the Time Capsule show where we explore the meaning of life in the 21st century through the eyes of people just like you and me. I'm Monica.
And I'm Joenrhuz.
And today we have a very special guest, Ms. Tairi Rodriguez.
Hi, welcome.
Hello, everyone.
Can you tell us more about yourself, please?
Yes, of course. As you already know, I am Tairi Rodriguez. I am 19 years old. I'm from Puerto Rico, and I work in an agency called PHP, which is also known as People Helping People. And I've already been there for a year.
Oh, can you tell us more about PHP and what you do there?
Yes, of course. As some people know, PHP agency is a life insurance industry that works with different companies that also sell life insurance. The PHP agency is also a company that it's willing to help families from different states of North America, including Puerto Rico, economically, and gives others a chance to be part of it.
Nice. So can you tell us what inspired you to take on your profession?
Yes, it was my parents who inspired me to be part of life insurance industry. Although I didn't thought of joining part of the life insurance industry when I was a kid because I thought it would be too complicated and boring to understand it. But that perspective changed when the Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico. That time was already 2017 and I was 16 years old. My parents used to work for another company that also sell life insurance in Puerto Rico. And when that happened, in Puerto Rico, there wasn't any lights, no water, almost out of gasoline, no signal, no Wi-Fi. So it was impossible to work there at the moment. So they decided to move to Florida in here for 3 or 4 months. It was temporarily, but then they found where their teammates from that company were meeting and they decided to meet them. Sadly, one of the leaders of that company said that they couldn't work in Puerto Rico because of the natural disaster that happened. So it was hopeless to work in there. And they decided to say, you know what, let's forget about Puerto Rico and let's continue working here. And my parents couldn't accept that. I mean, how can they quit of our home if they didn't even try to see if they could find a solution for those families in our island? So the decision was difficult, but they decided to quit from that company and work in PHP agency. Once they started to work in PHP agency, they couldn't just help the people from Puerto Rico to have their own financial protection or be part of this company, but they also created a team here in Florida and currently in Pennsylvania. So they're expanding a lot. And because of how dedicated they are in their work and how willing they are to listen to others and give them solutions, I decided to be part of the industry as well.
Wow, that's so inspiring. So it's a really a family thing. It's been passed on to you, and you're so passionate about that. Would you say that when you were younger, you were always willing to help other people and to to give a helping hand to everyone around you?
Yeah.
Are you in school at the moment while you're working with PHP?
No, I already graduated. For now, I am taking care of the house and also helping others to understand how some products work and the laws of being a life insurance agent.
Okay, cool. So if you were pursuing a different path, what would you be doing and why would you be doing it?
Well, if I've been pursuing a different path I am planning to combine it with the one I am right now, will be baking.
Really?
Yes, I love creating things with my own hands and sharing with others so they can also enjoy them as well.
Well, let me ask you, are there any Puerto Rican delicacies, things that you like to bake from your culture?
Of course, tres leche, tembleque, flan. There's a bunch of things that I should learn to do it.
Which one's your favorite though?
Tres leche.
Wait, what exactly is that? I know in Spanish that is equivalent to what, three milks? Is that right?
Yes.
What does that mean? Like, I'm
You
sorry.
don't know what it means? Don't worry. I'll tell you what it means. Well, three milks is a cake that is soaked with three different types of milks. Condensed milk sometimes, and evaporated milk.
Okay. Is it really sweet since it has all those three milks together?
It is really, really sweet if you add vanilla extract or almond extract, but it's delicious. It's worth it to try it.
Making me so hungry right now. Would you ever consider like opening your own bakery in the future?
Yes, I wish to open a bakery in Puerto Rico and also teach kids how to bake since we don't have that in Puerto Rico, a baking school. And I would like to open another one in here with English and Spanish classes.
Oh, wow, that's so inspiring. So you're such a great person, always trying to give back to your community.
Thank you.
I agree. So you're still very young, but how do you see yourself now compared to 5 years ago?
That's a really good question. Right now, I see myself as a person that it can actually become anything. There's so many opportunities and so many options that you can do, but no matter which one you choose is very crucial because maybe the one that you're going to choose is the one that you're going to do the rest of your life. And 5 years ago, I don't want to be the same person as I was 5 years ago. And I was very dependable on what others thought about me because in middle school I was rejected by many people. By many reasons. Because of the condition that I have, which was autism. I was a special education kid. I talk in a weird way. I didn't grammatically know how to write correctly, and that made them very uncomfortable to be around with me. So in high school, I depended a lot in what others thought about me. And at that moment, I made a lot of friends in high school. A lot of boys had a crush on me, which was something that didn't happen in middle school, and that made me feel good temporarily. Sadly, when the Hurricane Maria, everything went downhill. Um, some of my best friends they decide to disappear when I most needed them. Um, I gained almost 20 pounds when I came here because I was very anxious. There was a variety of cereal in Walmart and a infinity topping on ice creams. So I gained a lot of weight and that made me lose some confidence. But that was the moment that I realized that there's more important things that thinking what others care about you. I was very ungrateful because my family was always there, um, not depending about me, but telling me good things about me that were true. And I thought that what others said about me outside of the family circle were important, that the ones that really matter. And that's a mistake that many teenagers do. And it's better to know it earlier than later that what really matters what your family thinks about than those that are outside of it. So I am glad that I'm not that girl from 5 years ago.
It's very inspirational, actually. And you're so young and you have so much wisdom. Seriously,
Very
it's a
wise.
lot of props. So in 5 years, how do you see yourself?
Well, in 5 years, I see myself still teaching about this industry to others that wish to know. I also see myself having my own bakeries in Puerto Rico and Florida and teaching kids how to bake, including those that need to eat gluten-free food so I can give them the chance to enjoy those desserts without affecting their health. I see myself married and having my own house. That's something that I really wish. And giving anything that my parents ask and my sister without worrying about the budget.
So you have big plans, big goals ahead of you. How do you, what have you been doing every day to kind of attain those goals that you have planned?
Believe it or not, I've been reading a lot. Reading is knowledge for your brain, and it's also helps you build character. Although you cannot read like anything because not everything will help you mentally or edify you. So I've been reading books about building new mindsets. I've been reading books about spirituality. I'm a Christian, so I want to be closer to God day by day. And I've been reading cooking books so I could learn new recipes and what to change in those recipes if I don't like any something. So yeah.
Also, so with all the books that you've read, what would you consider your life philosophy to be, combining everything that you've attained?
Well, as I already mentioned you, I'm a Christian and I believe 100% in God. I don't think he exists. I know he exists. And I think life doesn't have any meaning without him because how can you explain the world was created if there's no creator? There has to be someone behind it, don't you think? I also believe that hard work is rewarding as long as you're smart about it because if you overdo it in any area, physical, mentally, business, it's going to go to waste. And I also believe that loving others as yourself is really important because if you don't do, then people won't treat you as you wish to be treated. So that's very important.
Oh, that's so inspirational. You're so full of love and so full of wisdom. What would you say to someone who doesn't necessarily believe in God? Like, what would your advice to them be?
Well, my advice will be, have you read the Bible before? Because the Bible has all the evidence, but not everybody there is a Bible understands it. If that person is willing to read the Bible, then they will get curious and a lot of questions will raise in their heads like, then if God created this, then why this is happening? Is there really a God? They start to to question themselves. And when that happens, then they want to know more if they are willing. If they don't open the Bible or read it, that won't happen.
Hmm, that makes sense.
So what would you say you're grateful for? I'm assuming you're grateful for God, number one, but is there anything else that you would say you're grateful for?
Yes, there's a lot. I'm very grateful for my parents for always supporting me and giving me advice when I most needed. I am grateful for my sister for always being by my side and for being a great role model in the family, honestly. I'm grateful for my puppy. My puppy, her name is Caramelito, although she already ate two of my headphones.
Oh.
That's not good. But I still love her. I still hug her. She's still a bundle of joy in the house. And I am grateful for my boyfriend that is always willing to listen to me. And when I ask for his opinion, he doesn't sugarcoat it at all. He just straight honest, and that's what I like it. And I am grateful for his parents. They're such a sweethearts. They're always willing to tell me something exciting about their lives. It's like reading a book and getting into it. So I am grateful for all that.
So, if you were to leave something in a time capsule for people to dig up 100 years later, what would you put inside that time capsule and why?
Very interesting. One thing is for sure, I'm not going to put my childhood dollies in there because they're lalaloopsies. And lalaloopsies are the dollies that have bottoms in their eyes. And I don't want if someone finds that time capsule think that I was some sort of witchcraft doing voodoo. No, no, no. I won't put those. Where I will put are my journals that I write, because they're full of events that happen in my life with the time and the hour, when, where, specifically. And I know if someone reads them, they may either identify themselves or find them very valuable. And I have to make sure I put them in order. That way, someone can read it in order. And I know that whoever finds that time capsule will value it and treasure it.
So can you tell me more about your journaling experience actually? Like how have you found that has helped you? You know, how has it changed you?
Yes. I started journaling when I came here in Florida, because my mom gave me a journal for Christmas time, because for Christmas I wanted a Nintendo Switch. That's what I wanted for Christmas. But since they were still looking for a job before they joined PHP agency, they didn't have enough money.
Mm.
So they were very sad. They were explaining to me that they couldn't buy what I wanted. Sorry. And I was like, hey, I know there's um presents on Christmas, but that's not what I'm focused on. I'm just glad that, sorry, we're all together in this. Um, I'm not focused on that. I promise. Um, I'm the one who feels bad because I don't have a present for you. That's what I told them. And I started to save money for the Switch, and while I was saving money for that, my mom gave me a journal, and I decided to write my petitions, everything that happened during my life, my ideas, and that really helped me because now I can record everything that happened before and everything I learned, and I know that someday I'm going to use those to help others that pass what I passed, or they think that there's there's no one that will understand them about it. And I know that's not true. Sometimes you're in a situation that you think no one will understand me, why this is happening to me, but that's not true. There's people that been there or worse. You just have to be willing to be open, and you have to be willing to speak up as well. So I know that whoever finds it, it's, it's going to be amazing somehow. I don't know how, but I think it will help someone someday.
Well, you know, this is why we're so happy that you were able to share your story on our podcast, because I'm sure that, you know, your story is going to reach someone out there who can relate to you, and your story will definitely inspire and help them through whatever struggles that they're going through.
Yeah,
Thank you.
definitely. You're a very strong woman, seriously. And your parents raised you so well. You carry yourself so well, and we really hope that you go far in life. You are. Okay. You are going to go far in life. I can guarantee you, Tairi. You are very special. So, is there anything that you'd like to add and to tell our viewers before we close?
Well, I hope that everybody enjoyed this interview. I hope I didn't make anyone cry. um, Thank you so much again for giving me the chance to be part of this interview. I forgot to mention that I am very grateful for you, Monica. You always keep in touch with me. You always send me presents during Christmas time and letters that I promise you they're safe and sound in a box. And I feel bad because I didn't send you anything this last two Christmas time, so I owe you that. I really owe you that. But yeah, that's everything.
Well, thank you very much. So, this concludes our episode of the Time Capsule Show. Thank you so much for being on, and tune in next week for another edition to our Time Capsule Show. Bye.
Bye.